It was announced today that the Miami Dolphins will be featured on HBO Hard Knocks. I guess it's for the rest of the season, right? For the rest of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they have very compelling storyline. Mike McDaniel, hey, he loves to have fun. They do his interview and he takes off running. He's very animated on the sideline. He's very jovial. You got Tua in his story. You got Tyreek in that track team. So I think it's a very compelling storyline. You and I were both on the show. I was in Baltimore in 2001, and we kicked off Hard Knocks.
Yeah.
You were on the 5th and the 7th season.
Yeah.
Talk about some of your experience with the cameras and having to try to offer the fans a glimpse and a day in the life of a player that's in training camp, be it a veteran player.
Well, listen, that was one of the best experiences to me. Obviously, allowing people to see what it's like inside of training camp, seeing the work ethic that not just I put in, but my teammates. What goes into day-to-day practices, our schedules as far as meetings. Obviously, the cutthroat part of the business. Obviously, when it's time to get cut. But it was fun. It was very fun. Just being myself, being authentic, being my organic self. And I really enjoyed it. It was the birthing of Child Please, one of my sayings, and Kiss the Baby, and some other stuff like that. And it just allowed the people to see a different side of us outside of seeing the finished product on Sundays at 1:00, and what I like to call the politically correct interviews that we do on Sundays after games. I think that's Hard Knocks is really good because it shows a different side of all the players.
Yeah, it gives you an opportunity that the players getting ready, the meeting time, how much meeting time, the prep work, guys getting massages and the guys getting in the cold tub and the guys doing things to get ready because you break your body down, and then somehow you got to get it back together for the next day at practice. And the difficult side, some of these players' dreams will go unrealized. You made it there, but this is as far as it goes. And the realization that my dream of being an NFL player is not going to materialize. And now I've got to branch back into the real world and you had a great run. You were probably a pretty good high school player, good to great high school player, had a very good, college career, but that next level isn't going to happen to you. And sometimes watching the guys, because you get close to some of the guys and you see how hard and how much work they put into it. And then to realize that, you know what, it's over now.
Yeah, listen, that's a tough job. That's a tough job to do, especially for coaches. And when you get there, when you hear that knock on the door, and they say, bring your playbook. Man, that has to be one of the worst feelings. And the fact that obviously Hard Knocks has cut it out. I think they cut out that part where they show people getting released now, right? They no longer show that.
I don't think they do.
It's honest. It's just the truth of the business, and it's just the way it is. Obviously, my childhood dream, it wasn't even to be an NFL player. I wanted to be a veterinarian. I wanted to be a marine biologist because I love dogs and I love killer whales. But the fact that grandma, obviously, with football being my outlet and something for me to do based on the area where I was in, because it's either you playing sports and there's no other route. I definitely wanted to be no academic scholar. Unc, I can be honest with you. I'm just going to be honest with you.
With your grades, you could have got in prison.
Hey, listen, grandma is the reason I was able to make it, man. And that day when I saw that name go across that ticker. Yeah, she was the first one I went to, man. And I told her, I say, Mommy, we made it. Man, she told me, listen, this is just the beginning of your journey.
Right.
This was just the beginning. And then it starts all back over again. It's an entire different set of goals that I had to set and conquer.
Yep, you're absolutely right. And that's what a lot of times I tell the guys. I say, this isn't the end. This is the beginning. Now this is step one. You're here, making the team. Now, is it just good enough that you made the team? What do you want to be? I didn't want to be a guy, just a guy. I wanted to be the guy. I wanted to be depended on. I wanted I wanted people to have my jersey on. I wanted people to throw the ball to Sharpe. I wanted my teammates to say, hey, man, get that thing to Sharpe. Get that thing to Sharpe. Yeah. That's what I wanted to hear. It wasn't good enough. Like, I'm on the team. Oh, yeah, I play for the Broncos. Well, what position do you play? Do you start or what do you do? No. I needed people to know. Right. I needed when my grandmother turned the TV on, my sister would turn the TV on to the channel that we're going to be on,
right?
That she knew her baby was out there. Yeah, baby, I saw my baby. He had a good game. So that's for me, that was my goal. That's what it was. Not just getting to the NFL, because I've always dreamed, but now that I'm here, I can't go back.
Right. Listen, I had no choice to go back because, like my grandma told me, I got in trouble at Lynx University and I got thrown out of school. And I told you I came home on the plane and she said, I washed my hands with you. I've done all I can do, and shipped me to my mama. There was no coming back. So once I made it, once I got the opportunity in the NFL, there were no more doors. There were no more doors I could walk through. I had no choice but to make it work. And of course, I get drafted by the Bengals. At that time, we were the laughing stock of the NFL. And I got my homeboys in the hood. You know, we in Liberty City, we celebrating. It's like, golly, Ocho, boy, you went to the Bengals. They laughing. Like, listen, give me a year or two, and it won't be so funny. I said, give me a year or two, and I will do all I can to make sure we're not the laughing stock of the league, but I will make us fun to watch again. I will give that city and those fans something to be proud of. I will make people happy and feel okay wearing jerseys, Cincinnati jerseys, outside of Cincinnati. And I think I just did that. Obviously, you the end goal is to have a Lombardi trophy, but that's a team, that's a team achievement and accomplishment. I fell short of that, but everything else I lived up to.
But going back, what was I going back to? The reason I fought so hard was I didn't have to go back to visit, but I wasn't going back to stay. There was no gravitational pull. And that's what I didn't understand, Ocho. I had teammates in college when I got to Savannah State in 86.
Yeah.
And I remember there were guys, and even I can remember guys that were very talented, but they like, man, Sharpe, this ain't for me. Man, I got to get back home. I mean, it was a girl that, I had a couple of teammates that had girlfriends back home, and they were homesick.
You serious? Time out. Are you serious?
Yeah, DA, dead ass. Yes, they had to go back. I had a teammate that was so good. He went to the league. I ain't gonna call his name because I'm not gonna embarrass him. But he wanted to come back and hang with his homeboys. He wanted to come back and hang with his homeboys.
You dead ass?
He was good. His feet was as good as any DB that I faced. I'm not saying he was the best DB that I faced even in the league, but his feet, the way he could get in and out of breaks, the way he could flip his hips, but he wanted to be with his homeboys.
Help me understand. I've been playing the game of football since I was 4 years old, having a dream, obviously, of reaching the childhood pinnacle of my dreams of being an NFL player and getting the opportunity to do so. And his first thought was, I want to go home and hang with my homeboys.
But see, that was your dream. I'm not so sure that was his dream. He happened to be good at it. He was good at it in high school. He was good at it in college. But I mean, at a certain point in time, you have to make up your mind. How good do I want to be? And do I want to make this a career?
Right.
Because once you get that level, everybody was all conference, everybody was an honorable mention, all American, but this got a buckets. And see, the thing is, Ocho, and this is what I tell people. Whenever you come to the Broncos or whenever you came to the Ravens, whatever award you won, we had to see was it deserved. Whether you was the Buckers, whether you was the Thorpe, you won a Heisman Trophy, you were an All-American, I needed to see why.
Right. Hey, that's hard to picture, man. That's hard to picture. I'm trying to wrap my head around, even if that wasn't his dream, to be able to reach the pinnacle of being one of the 1%. Like, how do you say that and want to go back home? Go back home and do what?
How many homeboys you had in high school that was
better than me?
I had, yes. And dropped out to smoke weed or dropped out to sell dope.
I know people gonna see this. That's from Miami. I had so many people from Miami Central, from Miami Northwestern, Keelan High School. I can go through so many schools where people were much better than I was. I was decent. I'm like, I like to call it, I was a late bloomer. There were some dudes that I knew were going to the NFL that were much better than me. And for whatever reason, I don't know what happened. Obviously, once I left the college, we all lose track at some point. We lose track of each other. But dude, there are people that I looked up to in high school. To this day, I can name them off. I wanted to be like them growing up. Magic Benton, Markeith Cooper, Cedric Cherry, Snoop Menace, Lynn Coleman, Wait, hold on. I can go. I got chills just not right now. Think about some of them dudes, man. Tutu Atwell. Um, I can keep going, man. It's so many, dude. I want to be like all them boys, and I look up to them. And one of the reasons, not Cedric. What's role? Damn, what's his name? What's his name from Norland,
Samari?
man? No, not Samari, because Samari played with me. Remember, Samari was a senior, and I was a freshman at Beach High.
Okay.
He played receiver at Omar Roll. Play receiver. Like, I wanted to be like them. And one of the things that kept me going was watching them play when I was younger.
Mm-hmm.
And I just wanted to make it. I wanted to be like Magic. You know, I wanted to be like, man, oh my goodness, Tyrone Butterfield, Ronald Washington, all these dudes. Like, I'm like, oh my goodness, I want to be like them. And I think the drive in me wanting to be successful like them is what got me to the NFL.
Mm-hmm.
And still to this day, I ain't seen these boys in so long, but this is one of the few times I've been on a platform to tell them they probably gonna see this, man. I appreciate y'all because they is part of my motivation. I never saw them to be able to let them know.
Yeah, I think a lot. The best part about Hard Knocks, let me get back on subject with the Hard Knocks, is that when we first, no, we good. That's the one thing that we do. We get to talk about what we want to talk about. I mean, hey, look, people, you tune in for the football takes, but you stay for the stories.
Mm-hmm.
That I had, because I thought like kind of like after we did it, it kind of like a lot of other people wanted to get the limelight. I give Brian Billick, I give Ozzy an credit for this. It's about the players. So Goose, myself, rest in peace, Goose, Ray, Rod. It was about us, and let us give us an opportunity to show our personalities, because a lot of times it is about playing pranks. It is about playing jokes on one another and doing things. I wish you could, like, if they could have when I went back to Denver, how we used to steal teammates' car, drive them off for like a mile. You could see it in the distance. We leave the car running with the doors open. Yeah. So now you look up down the hill, you look up there like, man, Sharpe, man, why you do that? Man, I don't know what you're talking about, bro. I'm at practice. How I take your car way up there and leave it on running with the doors open, man? And then when they get out, the battery dead. You know what I'm saying? or we would take their clothes, dip them in the cold tank, and when they get out, put them in the freezer. When they get out, they still. Man, ain't nobody did this but Sharpe. Nobody did, bro. Why Sharpe did everything? Why I got to be the guy? Y'all blame me.
They got me good my rookie year. I never forget. I had an IS 300, and first car ever. First car. Obviously, I didn't have a car until I got to the NFL. I had a little smaller IS 300, and they turned my car on, rolled the windows down, and somebody took the fire extinguisher. And they sprayed the fire extinguisher and let it off in the car. So when I woke up the following morning, the entire interior is all white. So now I come out, I'm 38 hot. I'm like, yo, I go to Coach. It was Dick LeBeau at the time. I go to Dick LeBeau. I say, Coach LeBeau, man, somebody playing around with my car, man. I just got this. Like, what we doing? And then he explained to me how it goes on in the NFL. You're a rookie. It's a part of the hazing. It's a part of the routine. Boom. Same day. I go to practice. My clothes I wore to go to practice. I come in. They soaking in the cold tub.
Yep.
They didn't put my clothes in the cold tub.
Yeah.
So now I'm hot and I want to fight. And then until I find out it's the goddamn D lineman. It's the goddamn D lineman playing jokes. Man, I ain't want no part of that.
Yeah.
I ain't want no part of that. So
I mean, we do all kind of Ocho. We did all kind of stuff. I mean, we guys be like, okay, because we like to wait till the last minute. We already got our pads, got our pants on. And so we know we go grab your pads like they're late. So we go put powder, or we'll put water up in your shoulder pads. So when you reach up there and pull them down, dump it on you. Or I nail the locker shut. So I go by nail the locker shut. They can't get in it.
What about the baby? What about the baby powder?
In your helmet?
The baby powder, the helmet. Or you put the helmet on.
We put a warm Snicker bar in your helmet, and you put it on. Dude, we out there sweating chocolate and everything.
Man, listen.
Hey, but that was it. I mean, look, that was to get through. But you knew who to do that to and who not to do that to.
Who not to? Oh yeah,
because it definitely caused a fight now.
It get ugly now.
It definitely caused a fight.
It get ugly.
So you knew who to play with and who not to play with.